Coming up on the Desert Vision, deployed soldiers connect with family back home through physical training, and MMA fighters visit troops in the Middle East. Hello and welcome to this edition of the Desert Vision. I'm Army Sergeant Heath Graham. Deployment weighs heavy on service members and their families as both sides have to deal with being separated for an extended period of time. Army Staff Sergeant Peter Sinclair shows us how two soldiers deployed to Afghanistan connect with their families through exercise.
Two majors deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom happen to be two fathers who found a simple, rather unique way to stay connected with their children while they're away.
A burpee is a full body exercise where you squat down, kick your legs out into a push-up position, execute a push-up, bring your feet back up to your hands, and then jump up to about 6 inches in the air.
These two fathers do this exercise every day in Afghanistan while their children do their best to be just like Dad back home.
Burpees, babies!
It's that connection back to Dad, since being so far away and them having so much going on that missing out on, that kind of gives that one little piece to say we're still together.
We love to do activities together, and so this period of time where we can't, doing something like a 100-day burpee challenge has us having a common activity to do together even though we're so far apart.
Separated by thousands of miles, yet the connection remains strong for these two military families through a simple, fun activity.
Over here, serving as a means of being able to provide for them and set an example to them of sacrifice and work and honor.
For Task Force Lifeliner, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, I'm Army Staff Sergeant Peter Sinclair.
I'm recording Lorelei doing burpees.
One soldier deployed to Kuwait recently became a member of one of the Army's most prestigious clubs. Army Sergeant Matt Waymeyer introduces us to the first inductee of 2014 to the U.S. Army Central Chapter of the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club.
And understanding will more quickly teach me to be...
The Sergeant Audie Murphy Club, or SAMC, is an elite group for Army NCOs. Only NCOs who display exemplary leadership become recommended for induction. And ARCENT has had just one inducted in the past few months.
Pretty incredible feeling, honestly, to pass the battalion board, to go up to the brigade to pass that board, and then pass the division, or in my case the ARCENT board, where you have brigade level sergeant majors and higher, saying you are what we are looking for in a non-commissioned officer. And I think that's just one of the most amazing feelings that I've actually ever had.
According to Sergeant Cole Morgan, hard work and outstanding leadership can get you far, but there's one extra quality that'll take you all the way.
What it really takes is to care, to care about your fellow soldiers, to care about your subordinates, to care about the community outside.
His biography reads more like fiction than fact. He only lived 46 years.
Sergeant Cole Morgan had some tips for prospective inductees.
Don't do it because it's the Audie Murphy Club. Do it because that's what NCOs are supposed to do. Do it because it makes you a better NCO. Do it because you care. I believe the Audie Murphy, that'll chase you down.
The SAMC has been around since 1986. Army Sergeant Matt Waymeyer, 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team 4th Infantry Division, Camp Arif John, Kuwait.
Soldiers at Udari Range conducted qualification table training with a twist. Army Sergeant Jared Spinner tells us how the soldiers from Camp Buring competed for the title of Top Squad.
Charlie Company 2nd Special Troops Battalion conducted engineer qualifications tables at Udari Range Complex near Camp Buring, Kuwait. The exercise had 5 different stations.
We're going to actually breach and assault the objective. So we're going to be doing a little bit of breaching lanes, recon, assaulting, reacting to contact, indirect fire, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be pretty fun.
Private Jackson talked about the benefits of learning to work as a team.
In order to complete the ruck march, you had to finish as a team. So you're only as strong as your weakest link. So once you get him through, then it just brings the morale and brings everybody through.
The 24-hour competition ended with a barbecue and award ceremony. From the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division, I'm Sergeant Jared Spinner, Camp Buring, Kuwait.
All right, there's your top squad. First EQ team.
Camp Buehring soldiers also held a team building competition to test their reactions to high-stress situations. Sergeant Jared Spinner has more.
204th Brigade Support Battalion competed in a truck rodeo at 204th Motor Park in Camp Buehring. The truck rodeo had 4 different stations to challenge soldiers.
That's going on for the truck rodeo. We have the push of Humvees over here. Also, you include the PMCS, change the tire and towing the vehicle. Then you got also other events here to build team building.
Drive and idler pulleys for evidence of excess wear.
Working together, so it gives us a little bit time to spend with the soldiers and teach them our type of leadership and show them how we lead from the front.
A sterile site, so this protects the wound from bacteria.
The intra-unit training was a chance for soldiers to increase their overall knowledge. From the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division, I'm Sergeant Jared Spinner, Camp Buehring, Kuwait.
Hi, I'm Elena Blair.
I'm Travis Thomas.
And I'm Mike Stockalper.
When we're on tour all the time, we're constantly loading and unloading equipment.
But no matter how busy we are, something can always go wrong if we don't remember to play it safe.
You need to remember to play it safe when it comes to driving in Kuwait during this camping season.
Watch out for people or stray animals roaming into the streets or careless drivers drifting in and out of traffic unexpectedly.
Don't forget to watch your speed and avoid aggressive behaviors or confrontations by staying positive and keeping a cool head.
So, always play it safe during this dangerous camping season.
And remember, safety is a team effort.
I feel so alone. Will this ever end? I just want to go home. Everyone has their own problems. Why are mine special? Who would listen? I'm so tired, restless, exhausted. My mind is a million miles away. Nothing seems to go right. I'm just over it.
Welcome back. Soldiers at Camp Arifjan enjoyed a day of activities at an informative yet morale-boosting event. 3rd Medical Command hosted the 3rd Annual Resiliency Expo at Camp Arifjan, Kuwait. As part of the Comprehensive Soldier Fitness Program, the social, emotional, spiritual, physical, and family strength pillars that make up the program were on display with over 40 booths filled with information and activities.
You always have a success when people walk away with learning something new, with finding a new friend, and finding supports where they've had to relocate away from their family and friends. That's what this is all about.
See you there.
We actually had the vets come in with some animals, and a soldier said to me, "Ma'am, I haven't seen my dog in 9 months. I got to pet Pepper here today, and I feel like I'm home." That made it all worth it.
The expo not only provided support for deployed soldiers away from their families, but also provided fellowship and gave them opportunity to network with other units.
No, the front door, man. As you open it, the fridge is right there on the left.
There's different things that's going on in Arifjan, because it could be stressful being away from your family, but because you have different things that you have here in Arifjan, they're able to see resiliency, basically, things they can do to keep their mind off things going on at home, perhaps.
The expo came to a close with a resiliency Zumba session to emphasize the importance of fitness through resilience. A group of comedians visited Camp Arifjan on their last laugh tour to entertain service members. Army Sergeant Brett Perkins has the story.
Camp Arifjan recently hosted the Last Laugh comedy tour.
It's amazing. Like, you know, the thing that floors me is when they thank us, because it's just crazy. Like, we should, I mean, to think that someone would thank us for, you know, coming to say thank you to them is insane, because they're here forever, for multiple tours, and their family misses them, and we get to come here and say thank you. It's a blessing.
and it wasn't all business.
I guess the most memorable thing so far it's so cool to see everybody just laughing and having fun. It's probably the most memorable. And just sitting back and relaxing.
The comedians also told some memorable jokes, but don't take my word for it. Following the Last Laugh comedy performance tonight, I just wanted to get a little feedback from some members of the audience. So how do you think it was?
It was great.
All right. Reporting from Camp Arif John, Kuwait, I'm Army Sergeant Brett Perkins.
PT can be conducted in many different ways. One Sergeant Major created her own PT routine and helps people kickstart the morning before most are even awake. Physical training is a cornerstone for healthy living. It is also a key component to being a soldier. Sergeant Major Ruby Murray leads a group of motivated military and civilians daily in an intense PT session at Camp Arif John, Kuwait.
I see soldiers that came from the bottom and now they're at the top. And what I mean by that, they came from being overweight, whether it's from being lonely, whether from being away from home from their first deployment or either their sixth deployment. So if they can come in my class and give 100%, they find that positive outlook in order not to give up.
It's fun. It definitely is full of energy. Like if you come out here sad and have something on your mind, you come here and you let it all release because you're just so hyped and so rejuvenated. It's fun to me. I love it every day.
Sergeant Major Murray conducts the PT at 4 a.m. daily. The goal is to not only keep in shape, but to get soldiers out of their comfort zone in a deployed environment where they could be called upon for anything at any time. Troops at Camp Arif John were also visited by a group of mixed martial arts fighters on a USO tour of the Middle East. Sergeant Brett Perkins has more.
All right, first of all, can I get your names?
Kyle Kingsbury.
Tom Lawler. And you guys are with the Fighters for Fighters tour, right?
Affirmative. Affirmative.
All right, so if you guys could for a minute, just for me, think back to your proudest moment in your fights, and then, versus this interview right here, like, what makes you more proud of yourself?
I think this interview makes me proud. Being here right next to you, Mr. Perkins, and being able to be on base here with the troops, this is probably, in reality, a bigger thing than anything I've done in the cage.
Although all of the members' reasons for wanting to be a part of the tour varied slightly, there was always a common thread.
The reaction we get from the people in the military, the soldiers, everyone out here, it's cool for us to get out and give the support, but the reaction they get from us when we walk in and they find out we're here, or the people that know we're coming and these fighters are doing seminars with them. So I think their reaction, that us, them thanking us being here, to me, that's my favorite part.
The tour also made stops at Afghanistan, Iraq, and Camp Buehring. Reporting from Camp Arif John, Kuwait, I'm Army Sergeant Brett Perkins.
That wraps up this edition of the Desert Vision. For these stories and more, you can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/US Army Central. Thanks for watching.